Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Schmidt here in the booth at Willamette Lanes inside the RTB studios. Our final match today for the RTB Scratch Invitational, the second annual, is number 3 seed Jim Bosse versus number 5 seed Lenny Peach. This is a 2-game total pins match, scratch of course, as the title indicates. Lenny starts with a 4-pin on lane number 1. Lenny's from Bend, Oregon. He is the number 5 seed today, finished with a qualifying score of minus 88. That's 88 pins under a 200 average for the day for 8 games. First round, he defeated the number 4 seed Leo Funari from Bremerton, Washington. Then in round number 2, he upset the top seed Dave Larson, also from Bend, Oregon. To advance to this final round match against Jim Bosse, stepping up on lane number 2. Jim is from Hillsboro, Oregon, by way of Connecticut. His first shot on the way. Good looking strike. Jim was number 3 seed at minus 75, although he did lead the tournament for quite a little bit. Then came back first round. He defeated Tony Godino from Lebanon, Oregon. And in round number 2, defeated the reigning champion Bill Machin from Salem, Oregon. Jim, as the higher seed, chose the starting pair. He chose 1 and 2 simply because 3 and 4 was having some problems with nicking up bowling balls. 7 and 8 is unplayable, and both had already played on 5 and 6 and didn't feel like that was a fair contest. So he chose 1 and 2 since they hadn't played on this pair in quite some time. And a nice snap 7-pin strike. Had a full house today at the Scratch Invitational, 2 years in a row, $32. All were prepaid. Paid the top 8 spots. I mentioned who already lost in the round number 1. Also getting defeated in those rounds was number 8 seed Eddie Kudzinski from Lebanon, Oregon. He fell to the top seed Dave Larson. And the number 2 seed Will Teft was upset by Bill Machin in round number 1. All the first round losers got $250 each. Dave and Bill, losing in the semis, got $375 each. Whoever wins this match will win $800 in the championship jersey, and the runner-up will get $525. Lenny up on lane number 3. Lane number 1 again. All right. Jim back to his starting lane, lane number 2. Working on a double. Gonna try to extend his lead. Early lead, but extend his lead. Smooth left-hander. Ooh, misses the head pin. 1-3-6-7 washout. As a right-hander, I have to turn those pins around, and I forget what they are sometimes. Let's see here. Alright. Can Jim cover this? No, jeez, wraps it right around the 7. That always happens, and it's no fun. Alright. Jim on to 4th frame. Back on lane number 1. Sliding into view here any second now. Again, we're not watching the scores, so we have the scores already pre-posted, but we'll record over that. 6-pin high. As I've told everybody in previous recordings, these are post-recorded after the event was over. We're going to try some new technology this year to get us a little bit more adept at doing these recordings. I'm tired of just talking into the microphone. I'd like to be able to do some fancy graphics and stuff. Jim covers the 6-pin. Lenny up, 4th frame. Lane number 2. Lenny has one career RTB title. It came in the 2023 Mega Swiss at Hillsboro in Eugene. Blue Tank wraps a 7. He's also been 2nd and 3rd multiple times in other events. He tends to do very well in the singles events. As a scratch bowler, it usually helps out a little bit. He also was the runner, or was the 3rd place finisher in the dreaded Oakridge massacre that was held here last July. And he misses the 7-pin. He said he's been on his 7 pins, but he has a hard time with his spare ball just deciding he wants to hook on him. I'm going to try to shake off that miss and on to the next. And another 7. This will drive you mad sometimes. It really will. Just makes your head want to just burst open. We did have a wonderful day today. We appreciate Ben Ward for hosting us. Did a great job at keeping this place running. They're about to open for full-time business. Way to go, Ben. It's 4 years of hard work trying to get this place back open. When he started this place, it had 2 lights and 1 lane that would turn on. That was it. And Ben has rebuilt all this by hand, by himself in 4 years, with almost no staff. He's got a couple of volunteers, Krista and August. They both helped us today with serving drinks to everybody. Jim, high, leaves a 2-pin. Just got rid of that baby split. Alright, Jim will cover up this here spare. Even as difficult as these lanes are, which they are brutally tough right now, single pin spares, usually pretty safe bet, except for those pesky corner pins. Yeah, 2-pin, easy cover. Most of these guys have had trouble getting corner pins out today. One thing I heard all throughout the floor while I was walking around was that my spare game is so off today. My spare game is so off today. When a shot is incredibly difficult like this, it just makes you have to think twice, even 3 times about your spares. And that can really mess with your head. There was also footing issues. People are struggling with stopping. And we don't want to see anybody fall, but thankfully no one got hurt. But overall, I mean, for a center this old, the place ran pretty darn good. You know, Ben's going to work on 3 and 4 and get the nicking problem fixed. And wow, look at that pin bouncing around and leaves a 7-pin. You know, knowing Ben, he'll dig till he finds the problem. He'll tear everything apart till I get that fixed. Jim, he's a pretty good spare shooter. I don't think he'll have a problem with this 7-pin. Yeah, he's right on it. Okay, 6th frame for Lenny Peach. Ooh, that could have been real bad. Got the 7-pin to fall, but left the 6-pin standing. At least it's a makeable spare. You don't want to leave yourself a big, ugly split at this point in the game. It can really damage your ability to move forward as a leader. Let's remember, this is 2 games total pins, so you don't want to dig a hole early in this match. You know, 5, 10 pins, even 15 you can make up. You get 30 or 40 pins behind, you're in trouble. Bad. Okay, Lenny heading for the 7th frame now. And he got the 6 to fall this time. Might have to rely on carry like that. I mean, right now, as tough as this is, you just take what you can get. All right, Jim up for his shot in the 7th frame. There you go, just tickles it. Jim won 1 RTB title back in October, the mixed trios, along with Dwayne Fagan and Jen McCrow. So he's got his title jersey on, and he said that was the first time he won a tournament like that in quite some time. He's very happy to have it happen. He was concerned when he first started bowling these that he didn't think that as a 230 bowler he could do much, and I was like, no, you'd be surprised how well high-end bowlers can do in this tournament club. Just because it's handicapped doesn't mean you can't make money as a scratch bowler. Alright, 8th frame. Leaves, got the baby split to fall, just the 3-pin. Like I said, 9 is a good number right now. Settle for 9 and just get your spare and move on. Alright. Lefty. Alright, Jim covers that. Lenny will come up for his 8th frame. Of course, the winner also gets the photo op with the RTB belt that we will have on display when we go to Vegas next week for the national tournament. Lenny with another 7-pin. Oh my. This is going to damage his calm. You start throwing good shots like that and the pins don't fall, they can make your head spin. Did he get 2 in a row? Hey, he got 2 in a row. Way to go, Lenny. Okay, Lenny for his 9th frame. And another 7-pin. Wow, that's 4 this game. 4. My goodness. Hey, though, if you can pick this one and you get 3 out of 4, that's a good way to set up. Oh, that one went in the ditch. So 2 out of 4. Okay, he's 2 out of 4, folks. 50%. Yeah, so say, Jim, I hate 7 pins. It's okay, Lenny. Us righties hate the 10-pin also. It's no fun. Alright, Jim, 9th frame. And 4-pin almost tripped that thing out. You know, right now I would take that kind of carry. I'm not proud. I have no problem taking a sloppy carry if it means I'm going to win a title. But Jim, business-like as always, will just get up there and clean it up. Just like that. On to the 10th, folks. On 10th frame, game 1. Let's see where we're at as far as scoring goes. This tiny little 8-lane bowling center tucked away in the woods. Central, well, west central Oregon, I guess you call it. About 100 miles from the capital of Salem. Former mill town. There you go, Jim. That's a strike to set yourself up. When I was talking to Ben Ward about this, he said the house was built in like 1948 or 1949, and originally it was going to be 10 lanes, but they made it down to 8. And these lanes have never been replaced. They've been resurfaced a couple times over that time, but it's also seen long periods of closure. In fact, the most recent one was 10 to 12 years, where the building was just completely locked up, and They had someone come in and check the place out and make sure nothing was bad, but it was left pretty derelict for a long time. And Jim misses the head pin again. Alright, if he finishes up with this mark, he can shoot 190, and that's a pretty good game for where you're at. Alright. Sharpshooter Jim, can he get this one? Earlier he had this one that wrapped it right around the 7. How about this one? No. 189. No, sorry, no, it is 190. I had my math wrong. 190. So twice he missed the washout. Alright, Lenny, what can you do to finish up here? Get off that 10 pin or 7 pin mess that you're on. And an 8 pin. Sorry, a 9 pin. Owie. that's what you get for throwing the ball good, he says. Yeah, we all feel that way sometimes. As my old coach used to say, your ball will be right back. Perfect. Alright, Lenny, get your game finished up here. We'll move on to game number 2 and determine this champion. On its way. 182. 190 to 182 is the first match score. It gives Jim Bosse an 8-pin lead going into game number 2. Alright. We'll get the scores cleared out and we'll move it on. And Lenny will start this match. I stand corrected. Jim starts the match. And whacks out the 6-pin with authority. Alright. Let's see if Lenny can get the single pin itis out of his system. Hey, look at that. Got all 10. No 9, no 7. Brilliant. The blue tank comes back with all of its little marks. Unfortunately, he said that this ball was damaged before when he bowled it in a couple of different centers, so he doesn't mind throwing if it's getting a little bit dinged up. And a double. Hey, look at that. What a start. What are those? Alright. Jim. Can he get 2 in a row? Oh, that's inside. Oh boy. Oh boy, that is the big 4, and that's pretty much a surefire open. Jim will probably do his best to just go for 2 and move on to the next frame. Yeah, see, he's moving quick. He knows it's just best to get this forward. And 2, so 26 in the second versus Lenny's double to start. Puts Jim in a pretty big hole early. Okay, back to lane 3 for 3rd frame. And let's get that out of the way, Jim. There you go, flush strike. Good shot. But he has pretty much handed Lenny the lead. So now can Lenny capitalize on this? Still a long ways to go in this match. Oh, trips the 6, 8, 10. Once again, you take what you can get in this. You know, you don't worry about what the strike looks like. If it says X on the board, that's all that matters. I mean, myself being the king of crappy carry, I know all about that. Can Lenny get 4 in a row? And he does the same thing again. That's 4 frames, 4 strikes in a row for Lenny. He's off to a hot start this game. Jim with a flat 7. So strike, open, strike, 7 pin. Jim, clean spare. Okay, back to lane 1 where he's thrown his 2 best shots so far. 5th frame coming up. Halfway home. This final game. Who's going to take home $800 and the RTB Scratch title? Right now, Lenny's looking like he's got the look for now, and we'll see if he can hold it. Jim, the dreaded bucket. Nobody likes the bucket. 3, 5, 6, 9 for the right-handed version. The right side version, I take it back, the left-hand version. Never an easy spare, especially on this kind of condition. Oh, yeah, he didn't get there. Leaves the 3-6 standing. So open frame for Jim Bosse, and this puts Lenny even further into the lead. He's got to be feeling really confident right now. He can feel this title in his grasp. Just has to execute for a few more shots. 8-pin. Brooklyn 8-pin. Now, we will flash back to the massacre last year. Lenny just needed to cover an 8-pin in the closing frames to knock out Jake Clemson, and he missed it. Will history repeat itself? Oh my. Oh my. Well, he still is well in front, but that's going to shake your confidence. It's the exact same thing that put him out last year against Jake Clemson. I mean, he could have won that tournament as well. And he loves these old Willamette Lanes, and he missed that 8-pin and knocked him out. Comes back with a strike, gets his head back on it. Alright, 6th frame. Yeah, don't think about that one. Hey, Jim says I can do it too. Nothing wrong with going Brooklyn if you have to make it work. That's all it takes. The game is knock the pins over, not how pretty you do it. Jim throwing the Tour Dynamics. Pretty strong ball, but he has so much side roll. And another, this time, 3, 5, 6 with the 10-pin. Ick. This is really giving Lenny a chance to nail this thing home here pretty fast. Jim needs to make every spare and hope for a little bit of luck now. Lenny has surged into the lead. Just barely. It's a lazy 5-pin. All right, Lenny, 7th frame. Seven pin again. Well, he's getting a single pin practice in. Now, don't think about that 8 pin. You don't need to think about the 8 pin. He thought about the 8 pin. He totally thought about that 8 pin. All right, back-to-back opens on the right lane. He's got strikes on every other shot, but at least he's keeping it close for Jim. Jim needs a lot of miracles right now, but back to his good lane. Hasn't missed. And another 7 pin. This is redemption time, he says.
Did you see it go straight and then move at the last minute?
Can he conquer his demons? No, again. Another 7 pin missed. That is 3. Boy, he's going to go home and work on 7 pins for a month. Jim, looking for a chance to capitalize on these mistakes. Can you do it? Oh, trips the 270, raises his arm. It's like, yeah, I got this. These lanes suck. Everybody kind of feels that way at the end of the tournament when things are not behaving well. All right, going to the 9th frame. Jim needs pretty much all the strikes in the book to make this thing go. He's with a 10 pin? Oh my gosh. 10 pin? Really? Well, that's going to really open the door for Lenny. He really just needs to get a couple of good strikes. If he can throw 2 strikes in 9th and 10th, he can shut the door on this thing. And that's presuming Jim covers this, which that's a bit presumptive on these conditions. Yeah, he got there. Okay, so here's where it stands. We go to the 10th frame. We go to the bottom half of the 9th frame. If Lenny can strike on the 9th and 10th, he'll have this title locked up. No 7 pin, no 7 pin, no 7 pin. Oh, why not? Trips the 4 pin forward. Everybody's carrying slop today. Who cares? All right, on to the 10th frame. It's all but over right now. I mean, it's really a formality, but you still want to make sure you get the last shot in. If Lenny can strike right here, it's all over. And he got it. There is your champion, folks. Lenny Peach has conquered the pain of the 7 pin and the awfulness of the missing the 8 pin, and he's going to win this RTB Scratch Invitational title. Hey, what a shot, Jim. That looks really good. Sort of backup, sort of knuckleball, something like that. It worked. But hey, this is all over. Lenny's got the title wrapped up. Another strike. Hey, look at that. He all of a sudden he found the end. Where's those 7 pins at now? Jim, just go up there and kind of get this thing wrapped up so you can go home. He's got a long drive. At least a 6 count. All right, one more shot for Lenny Peach. 10 pin falls late. 214 for Lenny Peach. Final score of 396. Jim's going to play a little volleyball here. And he gets 2. Oh, yeah, 3 late. 169 for Jim. So 396 to 359. Lenny Peach is your RTB Scratch Invitational champion here at Willamette Lanes, Oakridge, Oregon. Lenny gets $800, the championship jersey, probably a big hug and kiss from his wife Gina, and a trip back to Bend to hop in the hot tub. That'd be cool too. He also gets the photo op with the RTB belt, which we'll have that at the end of the video for y'all to see that. Thanks again to Ben Ward, Krista, and August for having us this weekend. Thanks to all the bowlers who made the trek down to the woods, the backwoods town, Oakridge, Oregon, to get this title on the road. And we appreciate everybody. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks at Cottage Grove, the Cottage Bowl, for the Megabuck singles with Miss Natalie Clark and Butch Cardoza. We'll see you guys back then. Have a good day.
We'll still have another picture of that. Let's just check. When you won your title, you didn't I'm getting a new strap here. You guys sent it to me soon. Pakistan. Maybe I got Pakistan. I told you you're top 3 in the run. Huh? Oh, Jim, what?